Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Saturday Night Deck. It is time for us to finally open my finally delivered OLED deck. I already got a frog in my throat already. How's my audio out there, everybody? Hey now. I apologize for any background noise. I'm not the only person in the house. I've got extra dogs. My wife's awake. The windows are open. It's a beautiful day outside. So sorry if you hear any extra noises. We will do what we can. Boost the mic. You got it. All right. How about that? A little bit in the red there. How's that sound, Mr. Chris? I know there's a delay. Well, while I'm waiting for that check, here we go. I'll always keep this box, and I'll always remember this box because it will have this written on it. Thank you for 10,000 subscribers. There are several of you who are subscribers that are watching this right now, and this is all because of you guys. So thank you so much for that. I'm very pleased that we managed to meet that milestone. And again, it's all for you. Is it still not loud enough? Chris, I can boost it more, but I'm redlining already. I'll give it a little more boost. Plus, I'll probably be getting all excited pretty soon, and we don't want to we don't want to abuse everybody. So anyway, welcome to the live stream. Today we have the Steam Deck 1 terabyte OLED model. I'm very excited about this. It took me forever. I was one of the very first people online right at the time frame that it was supposed to be. It took us 33 minutes to fight through the Steam nonsense to actually get the thing ordered. I was going to get the limited edition, but they said they were out of stock, so I immediately downgraded to the next one. Blah 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 blah. So anyway, I've already told this story numerous places, but it was very annoying. But now I'm kind of glad I didn't go for the limited edition. There definitely seems to be a couple of quality control issues there. Oh, aren't you a very clever, observant person? Yes, down here in the corner is my new toy, which I will be doing a review on shortly. This is an offline M2 drive cloner. And yes, this one is actually pulled out of my 256, but this one is not my current one. This is just a 1 terabyte that I got super cheap from Sabrent. So this is not currently cloning. Right now, I'm actually backing up a whole bunch of games from my Steam Deck onto the 1 terabyte card. That's why this is blinking. And so that way, when I get this all ready to go, we just plug this in, and then we have instant games to play. So I thought I'd actually plan ahead this time instead of trying. Yeah, it was our Vietnam for sure. Not to lessen the concept of Vietnam, but I'll tell you what, Nam flashbacks for sure. It's unbelievable. Okay, well, yeah, I thought about selling mine too, but running the channel and stuff, it'll probably be nice to have items that I can compare and contrast. So I'll be able to do benchmarks on one, compare it to the OLED. It just makes sense to keep it, right? For the channel's sake. Let's see. Yeah, I'm telling you what, and not to ruin the surprise of the review, this thing is super fast for cloning. It ain't cheap. But my channel finally at 10,000, maybe people starting to send me stuff, but I got this to review for free. It's about $100, which isn't that bad when you consider it also doubles as a dual drive enclosure, right? So I can just plug this into a PC and use it. And it does standalone cloning, and standalone cloning you're always going to pay a premium for, but it's unbelievably fast. So that's very cool. All right. This isn't a review for this guy though. I know we're itching to get in here, and I got to tell you, the seal's still on here. The seal is still here. So it's entirely possible there's a brick in here or a charger or something else that's not a Steam Deck. So it would be absolutely fantastic video or fantastic content to actually have this open up and nothing in here, but I would have a complete freak attack. So hopefully that's not the case. Always, there's always some nonsense going on with these Steam Deck releases. All right, so here we go. I'm sorry my space is a little cramped, but this is the best way that I could do it to do a live unboxing. Well, it's looking pretty good. Oh, by the way, for those of you, before we get back in here, sorry, I know I'm just a freaking tease. There is actually, remember on the original shipments, they were actually telling you what Steam Deck, that there was a Steam Deck in here and what size it was. Well, they got rid of that. There is a, it's going to be really hard to see here, but there is like a serial number and a part number. So you could probably, you could probably get it from that, which is why I lined it out. But on the box itself, there's only one thing here that sort of reveals that it's what's inside of it, which is still dumb because if I saw that, I'd know it was a Steam Deck, and I'm sure that whoever was pilfering these things would have known too. Let's go ahead and get this box open. And I got very little room here. I apologize in advance for the room. So we have a box. Let's separate her back in there. We'll take that, put that to the side. And it looks like an unmolested deck. Perfect. All right, let's get this big old box out of the way. Not much space here. There we go. So much better. All right. Well, inside here, there should be exactly what we expect there to be. Let's go ahead and pop this guy open. I almost one of the reasons I wanted to actually go out and have them put it in my hand today. My wife made fun of me. She said, "Run for UPS, go get it." Is because some people have had them received with like half the box crushed. And I'll tell you what, I wanted that UPS guy handing me the crushed box if that's what was going to happen. Fortunately, it did not happen that way. Okay, so it looks like inside here we have a little leaflet. I'm not going to worry about that. First thing you'll notice is that this cable is substantially longer. I don't think I'm going to unravel it. But this is 2.5 meters now versus 1.5 before. That was a very common complaint. People complain to Valve all the time. It's too short. It's too short. They added a whole nother meter to it. So that's great. We do have a nice little sticker here for a beautiful little logo on here. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Looks like maybe this has been reinforced too. I'd have to go get my other one out to look, but it looks like it's got a bit more reinforcement around here, which is great. And the plug itself, I just want to see if there's any, there's no logos there. That's okay. I mean, just curious because nobody else had talked about that. Looks good. Let me get this plastic off of here. I know I should just leave it on, but whatever. Okay, cool. Well, we'll set this to the side. Clunk. And let's get to the big boy. Still felt sealed. Plastic off. Okay. Tuck this little guy in to slide it off. Get in there. There we go. Nonsense. I don't want to rip it up, but not like I don't have another one. There we go. So let's take a look at this real quick. Nice and shiny. I like that. OLED. One video game machine and one case. It's funny. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. Oh, that's got my serial number on. Oh, well. Hopefully nobody freeze framed that. Okay, well, here we go. This is actually, how funny. On the video feed, it looks yellow, but it's actually completely orange. Chris, didn't yours do that? Unbelievable. This is like orange. That's so weird. I wonder if I took it to the dimness a little bit, dimmed out of the light. Closer. It's so weird. This is almost a reddish orange. That's nutty. Okay, so the question is do I make a big ordeal to get this seal off? For those of you who have never seen one, this is new. White little bits on here. Anything else on the outside? Our special carry case for the. So you're supposed to put your charger in the bag. And then put the bag under here. That's what this little thing is for. So you put the charger in here, and this little strap holds it. And if for some reason you carry all your chargers or something somewhere else, you can use this to actually put up on your bag. So you can actually on your suitcase. So I've actually put this on my suitcase to hold it. Welcome to a night at Shea Monroe. Okay, so let's put that to the side too. It's not a video of mine without a dog barking in it. Yeah, very Half-Life color. Kind of hard for me to see my screen, so I have to keep looking over here. All right, so here we go. Trying to see if the handle's any sturdier. A lot of people complained about this. It looks like it's been reinforced here. That's good. A lot of people were having these tear off from carrying them. My original one's fine. I don't know what the hell people are doing with these things, but this is different. Velcro opening. We'll get to that. So one of the interesting things about this is to prove that your Valve Steam Deck came unmolested, it comes with this little seal. And if it's been broken or tampered with, then you know that your deck may not be in here, right? So this is still sealed, which is great. And a lot of people have figured out a way to get this seal off without actually cutting it. But, you know, in the interest of time, blah, 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 it's going to go. Seal off. I'll keep it, though. I've got my other ones. I like them. Kind of cool. All right. So I dig these. This is really cool. Sorry. I do dig these little white grippies on here. This is neat. I like that. Just little stuff. You know, this whole thing is supposed to be a big quality of life scenario. So it looks like they doubled down. So for those of you who are brand new to Steam Deck and may not know what I'm talking about. So what ended up happening with I got the old case. Hang on. Let me see if I've got the old case handy. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Sorry. So in the original, with the original deck case, this wasn't here. So what would end up happening is people would put their decks in the case, forget to zip it, and then when they were going to go out of the house, they would pick it up by here and then drag it off, along with my microphone. And what would happen is it would just flop open and the deck would fall out onto the floor. So, I mean, like I said, I watch Reddit every day, and it would break your heart to see the number of decks that were ruined because they chose to not zip it up after they put the deck in it. Nutty stuff. I also noticed there's still no charging plug here, which goes back to my assumption that Valve does not want you charging these in the case. All right, so now it's a double deadlock, right? So you have to lift this open and then unzip it. So now if you were to put in the case and then slap it down, there's a chance that this will go down and catch, right? So now maybe you won't lose it. That's good, I suppose. Okay. I feel like I should have some music or something playing in here. There it is. All right. Is there anything else on the outside to look at? I know. Stop teasing. Here she is. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, lint-free cloth to wipe with. Excellent. All right, so the other thing that we should be looking at here, I'm going to move the lint-free cloth to the side. So there's an inner case now. There's supposed to be a case that you can take out of here that now acts as a soft case. And I haven't actually seen any videos of people using it. Does that only come with the limited one? I thought this... No, here it is. I thought it came with this one too. Here we go. So there's literally a case inside the case. Where's the lip on this thing? Interesting. Could be a little clearer how to get this thing out. I also don't have a lot of space. There's probably a super easy trick to this. There we go. I feel like I'm ripping something. There we go. So now there's a soft case that comes with it. Right? So now you can just chuck this guy in here, zip him up, separate case, and now you're ready to throw it in your backpack, and your sticks are protected, and your screen's protected, and the hard shell case can stick around at the house when you're going on a real trip or a real vacation. I'm going to take the case, throw her to the side. We'll keep the soft case out because it's pretty cool looking. The one thing that people kind of complain about is this is Velcro, so it kind of looks... I don't know. People had a problem with it. I don't think it looks particularly bad. People will complain about anything, though. Attaches it to the back. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. This is the 1 terabyte non-limited edition for Rugor. Let's see. I'm just going to check the channel here. A couple of Tylenols. Yeah, Tic Tacs, man. These look like UFOs. Tic Tac UFOs. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take the guy out. We'll send the case to Valhalla too. We don't really need it out. Nice to look at though. And there she is. There she is. Miss America. Sorry. Yeah, so they are raised a little bit. So let's talk about what's different. We'll start with these buttons. These buttons are slightly raised. They feel much more clicky. The ones that were on the original LCD deck, I'm just going to call it the OG deck, one less syllable, were very squishy and mushy, and they weren't very well raised. This actually feels a little bit better. On my, I don't want to take it off the base right now. I put little tactile stickers here to help me find them and to get a better grip on them. So these feel almost a little tacky, just new. All right, so the next new thing are the heads of the control. Actually, all these sticks have been changed. You can see instead of it being white, it's now like a gloss, a high gloss in there. And these are supposed to be a little more rubbery. They do feel a little more rubbery, and they're much grippier on top. Now, I never had a problem with the original ones. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll see over time. I can't just render a verdict here. I will have to, I don't know if I like that stickiness or not. That feels weird. Anywho, I'll have to render a verdict when I get to play with it more. These buttons feel, these two buttons feel a lot tighter. The other ones are kind of loose and flimsy. Oh, I feel that what people are talking about with the D-pad. It's definitely stiffer. Now, that could be new D-pad stiffness, right? It just needs to be broken in. I'll have to do a fighting game, blah, 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 to test that out. The sticks are, oh my God. I was so worried that they were going to do something terrible to these sticks, but they didn't. The sticks are nice, and they got a nice little torque on them here. Unlike that horrifying Ally that the sticks are like playing with water. Buttons feel good. A little rattly. You see, you can hear them when you rattle. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You hear that? ASMR. Hear the buttons. Yeah, you can hear them a little bit. That's a true statement. I don't think it's going to bother me. They all feel fine, though. And then, let's see. Anything else on the front? We have to turn it on to get to those. Along the top, obviously, we have the colored power button, which is, again, more reddish orange than whatever the hell it is on the camera. LED, USB-C, everything else looks the same. Volume rockers feel the same. So one of the things that was supposed to be a big change were the bumpers. And if you've watched any of my videos, if you've ever heard any of my rants about the deck, and I have made them, I'm not one of those weird loyalists that won't say anything bad about the deck. The bumpers are always the worst. The bumpers have been terrible for me. I don't even use them. In fact, I map my bumpers and my analog click sticks to these 4 buttons on the back. I don't even use these. And I'll show you why, even though I'm sure some of you have seen it, but let me feel these. So one of the problems originally was you had to push it right in the right area to get a good click response. Like if you were one of those people that click to the side, right? Like if you wanted to like try to rock your finger to push it, well, you still really can't do it. One of the things, like when I'm playing Moira on Overwatch, I'll be holding this down and I want to then throw a ball, and you throw a ball by using the bumper. So while you're sucking somebody dry, you want to throw the ball. And so on a regular controller, right, like an Xbox controller, I can have this down, ball, 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 no problem. Can't do it here. If I'm holding this down, I can't get to it. You can't, even with these new ones, which do feel better, but I'll probably never use them anyway. All right, get out of here. This is not an Xbox commercial. Okay, let's move to the back. So probably one of the biggest and best changes to the Steam Deck is that all of these screws are now, I believe they're T6s. Chris, can you confirm that? I believe it's a T6, Torx 6 screwdriver. All of these are now the same. On the old model, all 8 of the 2 in the middle and 4 in the middle, 4 on the outsides were different lengths, so you had to keep track of them, not to be with this guy. And also the screws, where the screws meet and hold the deck together, those are no longer self-tapped plastic. They are now metal posts. And Chris, if you want to post your see if it'll let you post your video in the chat. He already took his all apart, and he can show you. You'll be able to see those posts and everything in there. Huge improvement for those that want to improve and add like a bigger SSD or replace your controller sticks. I'll be probably doing that as well. These feel exactly the same. And just a little trick while we're here. If you're using them where you think that you're going to squeeze them to make them work, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't always register right, and people complain about that. You should be pushing them in with your fingertips. You should be pushing them in, not squeezing them outwards. It'll completely change your mind about those back paddles, believe me. All right, I think we've done everything that we can here. Ooh, SD card slot. Okay, looks smooth. Everything looks okay there. All right, anything else before we get crazy here? Obviously, we're going to want to look at the screen and everything else. We got to turn it on. I think I need some juice for this, though. And let me go ahead and grab... I wasn't completely prepared, because I was planning on using the other dock on my dock that's over there that you can't see. So I'm going to go ahead and use my old... What's going on here? Cable is tied up. Let's go ahead and plug her in. Bloop. Okay. Interesting. You see that? It's doing some sort of like first power-up diagnostic test. Oh, you can't see it. The rubber band's in the way. Damn it. This light was flickering between different colors. It's still doing it. It flickered to 2 or 3 different colors. It flickered a couple of moments, and now it's doing what looks like a steady charging. Okay, here we go. The lights are on, and everybody's home. So I'm assuming it was doing some initial boot stuff when you first plugged it in. It's coming, home dude. It's coming. This whole arm over here is going to be video games, computer symbols, things like that. The logo will go over there. Don't worry. It won't let you post it? Okay. I'll see what I can do. If we have some downtime, I'll check it out. So I'm looking at the... take a look at the screen in terms of... Oops, hang on. There's a few moments behind. So you can see I've got a very strong light. And it's dispersing the lighting pretty good. Of course, it completely overtakes the logo. But, I mean, this is a streamer light. It's designed to be... Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to put my big old hairy arm in the way. It was designed to be noticeable, right? It's designed to be bright. So that's actually pretty good. Now, I'm not using my great camera. I'm actually using my phone because I can do something called NDI, which is amazing for those of you who dabble in streaming or cameras or video work. Essentially, it's a network-based camera. So you add this app to your phone, and inside of OBS, you can just add it. You can just add it as a video source. And so it'll stream. I'm about 1 second behind. So that's not too bad, really. And it does a pretty good job with low light, in which case I am not having low light here. I can always bring down the light when we actually get to look at the screen more. I like the etched glass. I'm not going to lie. Just what I'm seeing right here, it is a slight, it does not to me distract. Again, I know you can't see it. I'm sorry that there's no possible way that I can show you how cool this looks. And it's impossible for anybody to do it. So we're going to go ahead and go through the setup process. Let's see. There's always an Arizona time in here. Yes. All right. No need for see my password. Keyboard definitely feels more responsive. That's another thing that's supposed to be much better with this unit is a higher polling keyboard or higher polling touchscreen, which will improve the keyboard. Okay. I think we're good now. And so what does that mean to the average person? Lower the brightness when you get a chance. It'll help see it better. I will definitely do that. So we'll go ahead and do our first install. Now, a lot of people end up locked down on this screen, and the reason we don't really know why it happens, but we know how to fix it. So if you get locked out on this screen and it just sits here and hangs, essentially what it means is it doesn't like your network. And I don't know if it's downloading on this first piece new network drivers, but a lot of people have networks that are not initially compatible. I know it's crazy, and I think it has to do with mesh networks. Can't prove it, but it was a big problem with the Oculus Quest. They didn't like mesh networks either. So what you do is, if you have a problem and it hangs here, connect it to your phone's hotspot. It's a different network, pretty much guaranteed to work right. You'll get your install, and once it all settles down, then connect it to your regular Wi-Fi, and everything should be fine. Yeah, the screen is it's great. I'm looking at the etched glass. I'm looking at the vibrancy of the colors, and I'm not even doing anything yet. Let's let this thing finish installing, though. We got a couple of minutes. Sorry also that I've got, this thing is blocking me, so I'm not getting enough light dispersal on me, but that's okay. You're not here to see me anyway. Just thought it'd be kind of nice to have a talking head. Let's see. What else can I tell you? So one of the common problems, and we're going to look at it today, is direct drive access to the USB-C port. What do I mean by that? So if you have, let's see, I got a ton of crap in here. So let's say that you have a USB-C drive and you plug this directly in here. For some reason, SteamOS isn't picking it up. The BIOS will, like if I had, no, this isn't my Steam Deck recovery one, but if you had a Steam Deck recovery one, which I do, it's in that box somewhere, it will work, right? So you can do a Steam Deck recovery, plug this in and boot from it, and you'll be able to recover. However, if you boot to the operating system and you plug this in, apparently it doesn't work. We're going to test that theory though, because I don't know. There's several people complaining about it, so it might be a thing. I don't want to dissuade that possibility. I'm seeing if I got my SteamOS one in here. There we go. But that is something that people are complaining about. The solution, for those of you who are watching for a solution, you plug it into a hub. Any old hub will do. Just plug a hub in and then you can plug your stick in. If you got a dock, you're fine. If you've got a little 4-port USB-C hub, you're fine. But hey, that's a problem. Now that's a software problem, because if it's working to charge and it's working to boot from BIOS, that we're just missing a driver or something. It'll get fixed with an update. I'm not overly concerned about that. Plus it may not be a problem at all. It just might be, Redditors. Let's see. Other common problems have been dead or weak speaker. Sounds like the Allied. Other people have just had it die, like out of nowhere. Either they plug it in, nothing happens, or after a day of using it, they go back the next day and it's just dead. Nothing works. It's just dead as a doornail. There's also, of course, the problem of stuck pixels. So apparently, and this is one of the reasons I'm glad I didn't get the LE, there are two types of screens on the OLED models. One is a Samsung screen. The other one's a BOE. I can't remember what that stands for. Maybe somebody can type that in the chat. The BOE screen, I think it's the BOE screens, have been getting a high report of dead pixels. And when I say a high report, not a lot of dead pixels, but a lot of people having one dead pixel. So there is a website you can go to in your browser that will like run a test. Now I don't see anything at all in on the screen that looks like a stuck or dead pixel, but it couldn't be stuck. It could be dead. So we'll have to check that out in a bit. Hello, you are one of the first Steam Deck OLED units, and we need to install some updates before you're ready to go. This will take 7 to 8 minutes, require a couple of reboots. Your screen will turn off for a minute, and you'll have to give a urine sample. Hang tight, and you'll be gaming in no time. Let's go. I don't know if I'll get to that or not. Probably. It depends on how far along in this process we are. For those of you who maybe are listening and not seeing the chat, I was asked if we're going to be checking the screen type from terminal. It seems pretty straightforward that the 1 terabyte non-LEs are all getting the same screen. So it's possible that I have one of the other screens. We shall see. Let's see here. Now, let me see if I can bring this down. Let me just bring the light down just a schmutz. There we go. I know you can't see me, but again, who cares? I'm telling you, the etching is not a problem. I mean, at least it doesn't look like it to me. Listen, ask Womprats there. I was a complete scatterbrain mess about etched versus non-etched, and I am much happier now that here, I can get a light on me. Forgot I got this little extra light up here. That didn't help at all, did it? I thought it was going to. Nah, stupid webcam washes me out. I actually look like that. I'm part vampire, for those of you who didn't know. Yeah, that's so funny. I got a light beaming straight on me, and it doesn't really seem to help. All right, whatever. You're not here to see me anyway. Thought it'd help. Okay, so now we're waiting the deal. Let's see. We'd be checking your screen type from terminal. I'm totally not an etched. Worst case scenario, I could shove a screen protector on it for a similar effect. Aren't BOEs used on iPhones? I don't know. I am not an Apple guy. I got a 512 OLED and it has the Samsung panel checked in terminal yesterday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do it. Depends on if I have to cut and paste it or if I can type it. So we're just going to... Ooh, here we go. We got some audio. Oh, no. Was that outside or was that the audio from this? This wasn't from here. I was tricked. I'm going to say, those are some great speakers. It sounds like it's right here in the room with me. Yeah, do me a favor, Guy. If you'll pop that in, if you'll pop that in the chat, that might make life easier. Stream is 720 max. What's going on? How about everybody else? What's the story with everybody else's streaming? It says it keeps going. Let's see. Exactly the difference with etched screen. I've heard of it before. Steam Deck OLED stuff. So, unfortunately, are you guys hearing that? I'm not losing my mind, right? There was definitely something that sounded like an ocean wave. Yeah, that's something I'm going to cut and paste. Maybe we'll check that later. Maybe we do a follow-up show. So essentially, there's what you would call non-etched glass and etched glass, right? So non-etched is usually called glossy. It's very, very shiny, and it has really bad reflections. Well, what they do is they etch the glass, the actual glass itself, they etch it. So what happens is when light hits the top of it, it doesn't, it disperses it. So instead of having like a spotlight on here from this light, you're seeing a very diffuse light. Now, what they say is that the etched glass is a two-way thing, right? So the light coming in is affected and dispersed, which is great, but the lights from the OLED are also dispersed because of the etched glass. So they say chivalry is dead. That would mean that this would be slightly softer, or the etched would somehow monkey with this. And I'm looking at this right now, and I know you guys can't see it. I'm so sorry. I don't see any sign of distortion here. I was worried it was going to have this soft aura about it all the way around, and I don't see that. I don't see that at all. And I just realized that my mobile authenticator... Okay, well, here we go. We're going to do this the hard way. All right, give me just a second here. I'm not getting any hepatics when I type. I hope that's not a bad sign. All right, let's see if I got that right. We shall see. My authenticator's still going to probably pop up, though, I bet. Come on. Crap. It's not. Is that really the incorrect password? Sorry. I should have had a second device for my mobile authenticator. Or I'm going to have to kill the stream for a minute. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, hang on. We're gonna duke the screen for a minute, and I will put this back on as soon as I can solve my problem. Oh, you get to see my fingers. How fun. Only take a moment, folks. I will now regale you with show tunes. Okay. Let me put this back on. Yeah, some ghetto action right here, huh? Okay, good enough. All right, we should be back. Welcome to Steam Deck. Let's take a quick tour of your device, Piggy. All right. Steam button, quick access button. Here is the power button, volume, blah, blah, blah. Micro SD card slot. Have fun. Man, that screen's gorgeous. Ooh, and I haven't even adjusted it or anything yet. Yeah, she's beautiful. This is a little tight, the D-pad. Not going to lie. Hey, Chris, your D-pad a little tight? Interesting. We'll have to play around with that. So I'm going to go ahead and install this because Womp Rats there gave this to me as a gift, saying that this is a great display of the power of the OLED. And if you haven't seen his video at Womp Rats' channel on YouTube, he just did a really nice coverage of this game, Xenotilt. And, okay, it's still going. That way you can see for yourself. I mean, I'm probably not going to be able to do much with this, but he does a really nice, and you see this fire coming up from behind the menus and stuff. It's absolutely incredible. And again, I'm trying to look around for any sort of stuck pixels or dead pixels, and I'm not seeing anything. So I think we're in the clear here. All right, let's take a look here. We are on. Oh, that's not the right Wi-Fi. That's not the one I want. Hang on a second. Give me a moment. This will go a lot quicker. Cancel. No, 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 no. Sorry for the delay in the show. I should have some please wait thing. This thing's being a pill. Okay, much better. Yeah, Monroe World 5 is my slow repeater out in the backyard, so that'll take bloody forever. Oh, what's queued? Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, I guess we probably need. So here's something else that happens a lot. People will jump in and install a game right away, and then they don't bother to get all these compatibility layers downloaded. What's that about? So Steam should probably make you download these before anything else. They should be like priority downloads or something. Yeah. Okay, hang on. God, so piggy. Hang on. It's practically dark. Is that better? It's not that much better. That's way down too. You'll notice that the local network transfer is working. So essentially, when you install something on Steam and there's another machine on your network that is on and running Steam, and that game is installed on that other machine, it'll download it directly from the other machine. So this is actually pulling it from my main desktop Shane box. Oh, the new vent smell. Oh, I totally haven't done it yet. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's different. It's a different smell. It's a new vent smell, but it's not. It's new deck smell, but it's different. It's not the same. It's not the same smell, but it is a new deck smell, but it's a new deck smell. Definitely the fan. I mean, right now we're downloading, and the fan usually goes bonkers. It's nice and quiet. Yeah, I know that one too. I just forgot about it. Okay, calm down. All right, so I don't know if I could bring this down anymore. I won't be able to see the thing. Okay, is that better? Do we have a I don't. Hey, guy, I think it's as strong, but it's a different smell. I mean, I don't like this smell as much. I mean, it's still cool because it's new and fresh, but it's not. It doesn't smell as good as the other one. Hey, Newfie20, welcome in. Welcome in. It's slightly different. That's so funny. This is the only product on the planet that we would be comparing smells with. Okay, let's take a peek at this. I do not profess to be an expert in this type of pinball. This is sort of what they call. Hey, Chris, what's the like the series name? The Alien Crush. I don't remember. Anyway, TurboGrafx 16 had them, or PC Engine, depending on what country you're from. It's so crazy how dark this screen is, but it's so bright up there. That's unbelievable. I prefer the OG smell. Might be biased for loving the first deck experience. Yeah, I buy that. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to sync. I've got nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Uh-oh. Photosensitivity warning. I'm screwed. I think the buttons are a little stiffer. That's not a bad thing. Man, it's so... I can't see it. You guys can see it better than I can. It's picking up and translating better on the screen. But check out that fire behind it. That just looks so freaking cool. All right, just for a moment, I'm going to... I thought this didn't work. Let me pop in here real quick. I just want to be able to see the damn thing. Let me see it. Then I'll turn it back down. Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. It's very, very dark. That's the difference between like OLED and the LCD. Is that this area down here is purposefully gradient colored, and you can see that. I don't know if you can. Well, yeah, you can see it on your screen even better than I can see on mine. But here at the top, 0 pixels, no light whatsoever. It is pure dark, and you can really see the difference with the organics over the top of that. Normally that'd be a nasty, smeary mess. This looks great. I'm just going to play just a little bit here. I guess I should turn it back down. So it looks good to you. I'll be just playing in the dark. Okay. I can't see squat. How funny. Oops. Okay, all the way back. There we go. It's so silky. I'll have to turn on the overlay so we can see what we're getting. Let's do that. I'll just nuke the ball. Let's get some performance overlay action while we're here. Game scope, 90 FPS. Look at that. Woo, gives you sort of a warm feeling inside, doesn't it? Not a warm feeling when I lose the ball, but look at that. 90 FPS. Definitely makes you feel warm and happy. Very cool. It'll be nicer when I can turn it up so I can see it too. Up. Triggers feel the same, which is good. I mean, they're a little stiffer. They're new stiff, but they're not... I can tell they're not stiffer construction. All right, let's give these speakers a test. Let me grab... let me see if I can grab the ball. You piglet. Okay, let me grab and let's see what we can do with the speakers here. Louder for sure. I'm gonna have to do a lot more testing to decide about quality. People say that it flattens it out a little bit, so there's a little less bass, but it's overall richer across the spectrum. That's probably true. I definitely like the loudness. I've always liked these speakers, and trust me, the Allies know better than this. Everyone says it, but these are fine. Turn that back down. I have a yell over everything. Very nice. All right, you guys don't want to sit here and watch me play stupid pinball all day. Quit to menu. Okay. All right, so I'm not sure there's a ton more we can actually look at here. Most of the things that I was mostly concerned about have checked out. Although I'm getting... Okay, there's my hepatics. Let me dump over to desktop mode. And let me see if I can get some hepatic action going. Oh, there we go. Interesting. They're different, for sure. They feel hey, put my hepatics. There we go. Turned off for a second. They're more precise. That doesn't feel like... Okay, so let me see if I can explain this. So when you're rubbing your thumb across it, it actually feels like it's following your thumb versus a motor rattling in there. So no matter where you're at, it always rattled the same or, vibrated the same on the OG. On this one, though, it feels like it's following your thumb. That's very, very interesting. I don't think anybody else has mentioned that. It does it on both sides. They both feel equal, too. It used to be on my other deck that the left side wasn't quite as rumbly. This one feels identical. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting all carried away with this rumble. This is very cool. Now, what I really need to do, there's so many tests I have to do, and there's going to be so many videos over the course of the next 4 or 5 days. Let's get rid of this. So, hepatics check out. That's good. I've got a ton of work to do on this, just software-wise. Let me see what's going on with my other deck. It's been trying to move this content forever, and it's just not doing it. So, let me... back out. Let me shut this guy down. I'm going to take it out, and then we're going to do a little bit of comparison here. I guess I don't really have to shut it down. Let's just pull it out. Oh, crap. I'm going to need that. All right, just a second. Yeah. Okay. We'll need this in just a minute. All right, so let's take a look. So this is the old and new. Let me see here. Let me go back to gaming mode and get some. I do like the bigger screen. I already started getting used to the bezels. Now I'm looking at this going, God, look at the bezels. I've already started getting used to this guy. And again, I'm going to break out the ZV-1. We're going to take really good pictures. I mean, it's nothing that anybody hasn't already done. But I'm hoping maybe I can capture this a little bit better. So what I was talking about with the glare, so this is the glossier non-etched glass. And I'm assuming this is what the other OLEDs have. You can actually make out shapes in the reflection. That's how bad that is. Now with the etched glass, it's completely diffused. Well, not completely diffused, but it's diffused a lot. I mean, that's a big difference. Okay, so let me see here. How can I arrange this where you can see both of them, but you don't have that weird glare? All right, let me get... okay, and there we go. All right, so this is really washed. Let me see if I can... let me bring this down a little bit so it's a little more camera friendly. Okay, so, I mean, you don't have to be a genius to see this, right? You can definitely see a much higher color gamut up here. It's hard to compare darks. Unfortunately, there's only, the achievement's not on both of them. Interesting, because that achievement bar is very black here, but there's no achievement bar, so you can't really, why is this not installed on this one? That's weird. I wonder if I moved it. Let's just go ahead and install it real quick. It's small. That way we can compare those blacks. That'd be good. You can definitely tell screen size wise from here. The angle's a little bit rough, but you can definitely see the screen extends out further, extends out up and down more. Yeah. And apparently those people who have problems with the bars is, the like letterboxing bars, either on the sides or on the top and bottom, because a lot of games are 10 by 9, but not, or 16 by 9, but not 16 by 10. And this is a 16 by 10 screen. So what ends up happening is they get little tiny black bars on the top and bottom, and it freaks them out. I've never understood that because I'm a big respecter of the original aspect ratio. If 16 by 9 is how they intended me to play it, that's how I'll play it. Screw the black bars. But apparently because of the OLED and absolute blacks, in other words, no pixels are turned on whatsoever, then the bars just disappear into the ether, right? Because there's no difference between the bezel and the screen being off, right? Let's see. Let me pick up the chat here while this is doing its thing. Let's see. New deck smell, blah, blah, blah. Fragrance. Why are people sniffing the fumes? There was something about the smell that comes out of the deck, and it's one of those things like you can't understand how the deck is so comfortable when it's so big and heavy. You can't understand it until you smell it, and when it's gone, you miss it. I mean, it's so funny. My wife will catch me sitting on the couch between Overwatch rounds, just huffing the vent. I mean, back when it was still making smells. It's so interesting. Let's see. Weird. The battery's bigger. What's the name of the pinball? Okay, you guys are getting taken care of there. Looks like I have the Samsung display. I think everybody but the LEs have Samsung, and the LEs have BOEs. Let me see here. Not catching your face in the screen would be cool. Yeah, honestly, to me, one of the things that sort of solidified my what's this thing doing? Updating. Hello? I don't know what this thing's doing. It's just sitting here. You know what? I'm going to do a quick restart. I pulled it off a dock, and sometimes, weird things happen when you pull it off the dock. We'll restart it. Let's see. The shot is really catching the color difference. Oh, good. I'm glad. I know the quality is a little bit grainy on the video, but yeah, it's the colors you need to be looking at and the blacks, the darks. Now, see, notice on the screen down here, it's restarting. So the LCD is lit, but there's nothing on it. It should be black, but it's not. It's gray. Right? Because the LCD is on despite nothing being displayed. So there's no true blacks here. It's lack of color or lack of brightness. And you can still see it. That's what I'm saying is if this were the OLED, you wouldn't even see that box at all. It would be just black. I don't know what my deck is doing. Did not like being pulled off. I'm just gonna force this guy, put him down. So now watch. When I actually shut it all off, it should, yeah, see it? It went dark. Interesting, right? It's really hard to explain or discuss LCD versus OLED without having a really solid frame of reference and being able to have like 2 units right there to show. See, this should be dark. This should be black. And you'll notice on the other one when we booted it had the new color in the middle, it popped out because there's no gray behind it to kind of wash it out. You know what I'm saying? Do you have full Wi-Fi bars on those decks? Is that full bars? No, I'm short a bar there, and I'm short a bar here, which is weird. I shouldn't be. I mean, I do have a lot of electronics between me and the router, though. I mean, the router's probably 25 feet away, 20 feet away. Oh, wait a minute. Did it just pick up? Oh, look at that. I'm down a bar on the new deck, but I have a full set of bars on the old deck. Huh. Could be again. There's a million different possibilities. If anybody's really interested in me doing some sort of crazy networking test, be happy to do that. God, this Pinball M, I bet, would look just incredible. You know what? We're going to take... Okay, that's installed down here, but I don't think it's installed down here. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Hang on. Lord. Installed. X is at the end. Okay, there we go. All right. So now, this thing's still kind of washy. I wonder if the brightness reset. Yeah, I think it did. Bring that down a little bit. So, take a look. See, this is a really good representation. Black on the achievements bar. Not black. Gray, charcoal, whatever you want to call that. Definitely, you can see that. And you can definitely see the color saturation up here. Very, very good. And it's not oversaturated either. I mean, you wouldn't be able to probably tell, but very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. VR LCD is kind of terrible for blacks. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I used my Quest 1 a lot more than my Quest 2. Well, that and the Facebook thing. The Quest 1 was OLED. When you were playing, Phantasmophobia, it was dark, man. It's scary. When you're playing it on the Quest 2, you might as well be in a lit room. It's ridiculous. I don't want to get on the VR ranting tonight. Just end up pissing me off. Okay, so yeah, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at the OG with that same game. God, look at that! Look at the bright. You can like see my pictures on the wall. You can see all my game frames. You can count my popcorn on the ceiling. Wow, that's cray. You see my face. I'm sorry for you on that part. I don't want the leaderboards. Just give me the game. All right, let's see what that fire looks like. You can see there's really no blacks, right? It's all gray up there. There's really no black up there. Come on, load faster. Can you push both decks to full brightness? Sure. Let me do this real quick, and then we'll move on to that. I'm here to serve. I mean, it's far from looking bad. You know, people diss the LCDs a lot, but they're really not that bad. I've had Android tablets that are far worse screen than this. I consider this an average screen. But not, piece of crap like Digital Foundry would be like, piece of crap. I don't want a deck as long as it's got that screen. Dude, I mean, yeah, listen, there's better screens, but there's a lot worse screens too. All right, well, you guys are going to get the idea. So weird, that delay. Okay, so let's go ahead and give the people what they want. Oh, yeah, so you can see now I've got these tacky little things. It came this way. They've got a Razer has a universal phone kit that has tons of these little stickies, and these ones are ready-made in size. So if you don't have the OLED and you want to get some raised out of here, get a little raised and soften that up a little bit, highly recommend it. I got a video, obviously, if you haven't seen that yet. Okay, let's get out of here. All right, full brightness coming up. Rainbow zone coming up. He's got a long way to go. Any Amiga fans out there? Okay, here we go. The keyboard a little bit here. How are we looking? It's so washed out, I don't know if you can really see anything. After putting Vibrant Deck or 3.55 on the LCD, it was much more than passable. OLED is just godlike. Really, I bought the OLED for battery life performance. You know, it's absolutely true. You know, I'm really curious. Digital Foundry produced the videos that showed an increase in performance on certain games. Honestly, I'm interested in an 8 to 10% performance increase, especially if it's on certain games, right? And I'm going to be doing tons and tons of testing this week. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these back into some normal range. Oops, that one. Back. Oh, here comes the cat to get in on the camera. I wasn't sure we were not going to get the cat. Okay. I don't suppose I could get rid of you right now, could I? Can you go somewhere else? Thank you. Come again. Okay, that's just under the first S. Let's see what we got here. How we doing? Ah, there we go. Yeah, and I haven't touched anything, of course, on the OLED yet, so I haven't gone in and monkey with the colors and anything like that. Yeah, Digital Foundry hating on the LCD deck so much in the person file. You know, I get it. I do get it. You know, but it's like, kind of, I don't know, kind of getting technical. Okay, so what I want to do next is, I was going to do some sort of a download time, see what sort of speed we were getting. I've got so much else to do before I can get into a real in-depth video, though. Let's go to our studio audience here. Anything else you want? Oh, I know what we're going to do. We were going to test this. We were going to test this thing. You know, switch to desktop on both. We were going to test the stick. I'm dying to know whether this is true or not, or if people have just passed the Ducci to the left-hand side. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll pull the power. Whoop. And this is SteamOS, so it's got several different partitions, including a Linux partition. We should see it when it goes in. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a drum roll, please? Hear my dogs growling in the background? Look at that. It is not working. It is not working at all. Interesting. Software problem. There it is. Yep, there she is. There's all the partitions. Interesting. So I guess Reddit wasn't completely cray-cray after all. There's definitely an issue. Now, unless it's just hidden somewhere. Let's see. Is there... gosh, I can barely see this thing. I'm trying to think of exactly the best... It would have showed up. It would have came up. The question, though, is... No, there's really no question. All right, so now what I'm going to do, we'll prove the other side of this coin. I am going to plug my dock into this extension cable. And I'm going to bring the extension cable... Oh, hey now. Get everybody sick. And I'm going to bring the extension cable here. Okay, that's going to give me... So now I'm basically docked. I'm going to get rid of this for now. I'm going to now plug this into my dock. Where's that? Where's that other plug? Good Lord. Okay, I'm going to plug this guy in. It's supposed to work. These retractable ones are... Oh, there we go. There it is. Yep, it's all true. Direct drive access from the USB-C port, nada. Access through a hub works. Well. I'm sure that'll come. There will be a fix for that. should be a fix for that. Okie dokie. Next up, let me go ahead and plug in. Let me go ahead and plug my M2 things again. Here we go. So now I should have even more drives available. Yep, there they are. Basic data partition. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to gaming mode. So let me tell you what I did here. There is a video going to be coming about this because I get asked this question a gajillion times a day. And that is, can you take a storage device, a bootable storage device like one of these or a micro SD card or an external hard drive, can you split it and have half of the drive be Windows and half of the drive be ext4? Because Steam on the Steam Deck will not adopt for storage anything that's not ext4 or technically BTRFS, whatever it is. I don't use it because it's unreliable in Windows, at least Windows 11. So yeah, so this stick right here has had my Windows 10 to go image written to it. I then shrunk it. Well, I didn't have to shrink it because it was already there. It was an empty partition. I partitioned it, made it ext4, and you'll see for yourself right now that Steam will most definitely adopt it as storage. And there it is. See right there? It even popped up. So now on that drive, I already have games installed because I knew that I would want to have something installed for us to look at. So it's pretty cool. That's very neat. And I'm going to show people how to do that with a quality micro SD card in a future video. So that's cool. That's very cool. And I should just be able, now there may be shaders or something to download when we play this for the first time, but all of those games should show up as installed now, and they are. I bet Geometry Wars looks absolutely cray-cray in here. This is early retro evolved. I'm a big fan of Geometry Wars. Geometry Wars 3 is insane. If it ever happens to be on sale, you can grab it. The leaderboards don't work on deck. I don't know, some anti-cheat thing probably. But the game is so great. Womp Rats there will back me up on that one. Geometry Wars 3 is like crack. Play that all day. Yeah, first run, it probably has to do some stuff. I see it's downloading something as well. So it's probably doing some updates. We'll just let it run for a second. I wonder if it was detected by the kernel if you pass the LSUSB command in terminal. Possible. I don't have everything set up for proper terminal access because I would like to see what my screen is. I guess I could move everything and kind of set this up. I do have it plugged in now. So let's see here. It's amazing how much crap I have in one little spot. Okay. What's going on here? There we go. I got a keyboard. Got a mouse. Now I'm ready for terminal mode. Yeah, there must be something still downloading that it's waiting for. Probably those Proton compatibility layers. You back out. Downloads. Clear all. All right, let's go back. I bet there was something that it had to pull down still. Let's do it. I was just playing this earlier on my OG deck, so I know it works. But it is a transplant onto another drive, so never know what it might have to do. Anywho, that's crazy. From my angle, I can't tell there's a background, but on the screen up there, I can see that it's got the Geometry Wars background on it. That's funny. Totally different thing. That's really strange. I would have expected the transplants to work fine. Well, let's do this real quick. No, that's not it. Where is it? Properties. God, I can barely see anything. It's so dim. Let's just do a quick verification. It's a small. 0 files found and will be reacquired. Oh well, maybe we'll just abort that for now. Go one more. We'll give it one more shot. How about that? All right. So I should be getting your OLED on Monday rather than Wednesday. Hey, congratulations. You had to test Geometry Wars. It's so pretty. Yeah, I bet it is. I'll get her figured out. My drive fell out of oh my God, it did. Wow. Okay. Good call. Good catch. Thank you. That probably has a lot to do with it. You would think that it would have complained more. That's what happens when you have so much crap shoved together. All right, let me back out of here. Has that thing popped up yet? Let's take a peek. Oh, wait. Something's coming down. Ah, I knew there was something. Do your thing. Yeah, see, I think that's one of the weird things that a lot of people like don't realize. They fire this thing up and they install a game right away, and none of these things have a chance to update, and we get it on Reddit. I know. Well, Chris, the drive fell out. I pulled the stick out when I was trying to get the damn keyboard over here. I wasn't planning on going to a full terminal session, you know. Let that the redistributables come down. Speed looks about the same to me. Somewhere between 30 and 50. Okay. Now, hopefully things behave. I don't know if I should back out or go in again. And we'll go back out. I may have to reboot after that drive swapper-rooney dooney. It may not have liked that. I mean, technically it shouldn't matter, but let's go ahead and do that. Pulling the drive out, God only knows what happened to it. Yeah, neat little device over here, but definitely not for the active desktop. Some kind of cloud sync, huh? Well, what else? Yeah, everyone missed it. Humdude gets the prize. Somebody asked me if I'd show Windows booting on this thing. I do have a stick ready. I actually have Windows on one of these drives. This drive's they both still have Windows on them. I could boot from there. That'd be fun. Proton Wine video helped me understand what the heck is going on. Tempered my expectations as a Windows user. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I wish I could get more people to watch that. I realize it's 26 minutes, and you know the average attention span of our youth is very, very short. But it's one of those things that you know, every time somebody says, "Oh, I've got a deck coming. What's the first thing I should do?" And my first word is educate yourself. Get some education, because if you don't know what the hell's going on, you're going to be so frustrated, probably send the thing back because you don't know what's going on. It's going to piss you off. Learn a little bit of something, at least understand the 30,000 foot view, you know? I'm not saying you have to do anything crazy. I'm really starting to get curious about this. This is starting to make me mental. I guess I could move it to the internal storage, I suppose. So weird, though. There should be no reason for it to do this. Just another storage device. All right, let me do this. As I say on the forums, when in doubt, delete your Proton files. 9 times out of 10, you'll be back in business. So let's see if my words of wisdom help in this case. Looks like not. That's okay. No big deal. Is that drive even flickering? Strange. All right. Well, listen. Let's do something else here. Let me do a quick shutdown. I will boot Windows off one of these drives just for fun. That way I can discharge my debt to running Windows on it. I won't use the SD card because that'll be like a 2-minute boot. I'll use the SSDs, which will be mucho better. Be very pleased. Let's see. Oh, I do have some HDR stuff. I do not own Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Sorry. Double-edged sword, convenient, also means less technical for consumer friendliness. Yeah. You know, I think Valve nailed it, to be honest with you. If it were any more closed, it wouldn't be any fun for those of us who like to tinker. And if it was any more nonsense, it would be like the Ally or the Legion where, you know, everything is 3 layers deep, right? And that's really the problem with those devices, is you have Windows updates, you have Armory Crate, you have my Asus, you have firmware upgrades. Every time I turn the damn thing on, because I wasn't playing it every day, You know, I didn't care for the thing. And so, yeah. Hey, you know what? I just realized something. Hang on a minute. Now that I'm on the dock. Hey, Nelly. Let's see. Where do I have that? It's not that one. Oh, I have this shut down. That's why I was waiting for it to reboot. And it's like, oh, that's right. I shut it down. Give me a second here. Let me add. I'm not as fast at this as some people. Sorry. Video capture device. Add existing Elgato. Boop. Bingo. Direct feed video. All right. So you can see here, you can see I have two separate boot devices. That's these two guys sitting over here, right? These two M2 drives. It doesn't really matter which one I boot from. See, that's the color. That's the color, actual color of orange that it is. You can actually see the right color. So this is what Windows 10 looks. I think 11's on this one. My regular SD card is 10 Windows 10 to go. This is like a full-blown Windows 11 install versus the Windows 10 to go that I did the tutorial for. And it's about 40 seconds of boot time, something like that, to do the math. Let's see. Cameron Brown says, if you go to settings display, you can set the color mode to native. I think by default, the OLED is set to neutral. Okay. I'll check that out. Whoop, hit the stupid microphone. There you go. There, Windows is coming up on the OLED. And I can't see it, of course, on the screen because it's outputted here. Actually, it will show up as a second device, a second screen. So I could look at it, but people wanted to see what Windows looked like on here. So I'm booting it here. Snooze. Now remember, of course, this is M2 going through USB 3.0, right? I mean, so you're going to get a little bit of a nudge. Oh, I see my time's wrong on here too. How about that? But yeah, anyway, this is how I tend to play Call of Duty. If I want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the Steam Deck, I'll just boot to Windows, fire it up, and then go back to Steam OS, where life is good. I'll let Steam finish updating, I suppose. I'm already here. God, I get like nauseated with Windows on the Steam Deck. It just doesn't belong there. All right, hurry up. I got a show to run here. Come on. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, I'm wired now. I forgot. Since I'm plugged into the dock. Lord have mercy. Ah, the UI just became responsive. The old Windows 11 trickery. Bring the desktop up and then let you not run anything for the rest of the boot. Okay. All right. We're not doing that again. Get out of here. All right. So let's get back to the regular fun. So, I mean, I can't mirror unless I'm in desktop mode. So you guys tell me if you prefer to see the screen or the direct feed. I guess if I'm going to go change the settings, I'm going to have to ditch the let's ditch the Elgato here. Bloop. Goodbye. Too many mice. Okay. Let this thing shut down. We don't have to have it docked for the next thing. The light you can see. I don't know what color means what, though. Does that mean it's done? I can usually tell by the fan blowing whether Windows is shut down or not, but I can't really tell. Light still blinking over here? No? Okay, I'm going to assume it's shut down. There we go. Orange is standby, I guess, or not on. Okay. So now we're going to go in and monkey with that color profile, as Cameron mentioned. So shiny. Wish I could move this light a little bit. There we go. That's better. Should have done that earlier. Little keyboard. All right, maybe I can get that terminal thing done too. Except for I'd need a browser probably. Well, I could type it maybe. Let me see how nasty that is. Did you type or cut and paste, Chris? Yeah, how far up was it? Nah, I can give that typing a try. Why not? Okay, let's go in and monkey with that color setting. So let me see. Let's see. So I would assume... Oh, Steam Hepatics. That's kind of cool. That's different. Game Rumble versus Hepatics. Okay, that's cool. Let's see here. Maybe it's just in regular settings now. There we go. Adaptive brightness. Adjust display colors. So vibrance is middle. Boy, it's so hard to... It's really hard to see on camera, and I got the screen too dark to really get a taste of it over here. Oh, that definitely made a difference. Ew. I'll have to monkey with it. Let me go back to the bottom here. %, what I've seen in red. Need to find the real value documentation. Yeah, okay, let's find out about the screen. Since we're already here and I've got everything hooked up. You can get a little bit of reflection on there. Okay. Let's see. You know, this would probably be easier if I could actually, well, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Let me bring the Elgato back up. Ooh. Let's see if I can get it back. Elgato's a little twitchy. Oh, I think it's going to do it. Ah, there we go. Not the main screen, though. Let's see. Let's see. Unify, extend left, extend right, switch to laptop. Unify inputs, I think is what we want. Sweet. Okay. So let's go to the console. All right, now let's see how bad I mangle this thing. Let me scroll back up. Hey, somebody want to put that at the bottom of the chat for me? So I don't have to scroll up and then I can't see what you guys are writing. So one more time, if you please. I know, there's a delay. Now just scroll back up. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Cat / this. I also have a microphone in the way. That doesn't help. DRM card. Nope. 0-EDP. This is going to be wrong, I know. /edid space pipe hex dump -C. Nah. What did I do wrong here? Is there an extra space or something? Somebody cross-check me here. Is there no space between cat / Okay, hang on a second. I think that might be it. Is this it? No. What am I doing wrong here? What did I mistype? Ah, damn it. Can't barely see anything. Sys class, DRM. Oh, where's the class? That's interesting. I swear I typed that. DRM, card 0, edid. How about that? There we go. And so we decided that that this was the key, right? Refresh me. Yeah, I need to drink something. So what did we decide that number was? God, I hate the delay in here. Third column, second hex will have an 03 or 04. I have an 03, right? So Samsung, right? Is that correct? Somebody double check me. All right, you guys will catch up. Let me know when you see it. Samsung. I figured that's what it was. Okay, cool. The cat's about ready to attack my feet down there. I got to stop wiggling around. Okay, dokie. All right, well, that's good. That's probably why I don't have any dead pixels. Okay, well, hi. Would you like to come up? Would you like to be part of the show? Okay, come here. Okay, well, I just crawl back there. Now I'm wearing fur. Okay, well, listen, if there's nothing else that you guys really want to see, I mean, there's tons of stuff to do, but I've got to set stuff up. I got to get the right feeds. I got to update stuff, yada, yada, yada. I got so much to do before I can actually, I feel, be beneficial to continue the video. We've had quite a bit of fun here, I think. It was a good time. Get rid of that Elgato feed. Bloop. Back to the deck. Yeah, so the other thing, I did want to look at the weight. That was something else. So let me, you know what? You're cute, but you're a pain in the butt. Okay, down you go. Cat would live on me if I let him. Oh, good. Any excuse to blow off fireworks, my neighborhood will do it. Okay, I think that's still... Did that go back to the Elgato again? Let me move that over. There we go. All right. Well, listen, I think we've done what we can do for today. I've got speed testing to do. I got so much. Let me see here. All right, let's get both of these in here. Oops. Okay. They say that you can feel the difference. I'm usually fairly sensitive to these things. I'm not feeling that 30-gram difference. Maybe over time, perhaps. Okay. Well, listen, thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate it. I will let you get back to your regular Saturday night thing. And again, this is a lot of fun. And obviously, if you're not already subscribed, I would recommend doing so. Notification bell, of course, so you know when we drop stuff. I think all of my backlog videos are out now, so I've got to start cranking out some new content. I got tons of stuff, so don't worry. I got a whole list brewing of stuff that I've got to get done. And I'm off this week, so I'm taking the week off. I'll have plenty of time to rock some videos. We'll review this little dual mic M2 drive caddy. Plenty to do. All right, man. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Shane R. Monroe. We'll see you next time. Take care.